Thanks. Jalen, a couple physical battles, not just that you guys have played, but really across the league. Do you guys have to discuss that at all? I know you expect it, but is there a way to kind of understand how to play those games, how to handle calls, non-calls, refs letting it go, just the physicality of what the Big 12 kind of has become?
Yeah. I mean, if you watched last night, that TCU Baylor game was really physical. Um, Hats off to TCU. I mean, they came back down like 17 or something like that. So it just shows the strength of our conference. You know, every single night is going to be a battle, as we've seen the past two games for us. And like you said, throughout the conference. And it starts in practice, you know, preparing for those physical battles, playing through contact. I think we do that well in practices, playing through no calls, you know, just the fast-paced type of games that the Big 12 offers. And, you know, like I said, it's a battle test every single night.
Where's the line in practice? Because obviously those are your guys. You don't want to beat them up too bad. I know you don't have out of bounds a lot and things like that, but do you have to be aware of it even there, where you're kind of trying to prepare for that, but don't want to go too crazy?
Yeah, because I mean, you have to be able to build good habits, and you know, you got to practice physical in a sense, but you know, like loose balls, or guys already about to lay the ball up down like that, you don't foul them on that. But you know, when you're boxing out and defending, you know, walling up to the chest and trapping the post, those things like that got to be physical on, just so when you get into the game, you know, it's just habit.
Last one for me. What did you make of the stretch the other night? They obviously came back furious. You guys held on. What'd you learn from that kind of allowed you to survive, but also maybe allowed them back in it?
Just shows the power of our conference and the will of all the teams. I feel like no lead is really safe in our conference because teams are so well coached and players are so good. And you know, we just got to learn that, you know, when we have those leads, we got to, you know, make the right plays and not turn the ball over, make the best shots that we can to maximize our lead, and you know, just leave out the game not having to win by one or two. You know, to keep that 7 and 9 point lead. With comfort of not making any mistakes would be better for us.
Zuby's been getting some key minutes here in Big 12 play just recently. What have you thought about how he's been doing?
I thought he's been doing great. I think Zoo brings great physicality to the game. I think he's a very underrated shot blocker when he's able to time shots and stuff like that. He jumps so high, and is a pretty big force in there that he's able to do those things. And he's a great lob catcher. And you know, those are two things that we really need.
What do you think he's been doing to earn those minutes? Has he been just showing up more in practice? What do you think he's been doing?
I think he's just being consistent, not doing too much, knowing what he needs to do to go on the floor. I think that's a big thing with him. He knows that he needs to rebound, defend, and catch lobs, and he's been able to do that.
And also, just you're on the midseason watches for the Wooden Award along with Grady. Just how do you feel?
It's a blessing, of course. Great recognition, and you know, excited that we have multiple guys on there.
Jalen, yourself and Juan and Kevin, you've been through so many battles together, and Kevin, you know, in another place. But is there a confidence that you guys have at the end of the game that you guys have been through this and you're going to win more than your share?
100%. I feel like, especially with how the year's been going this year, and obviously last year with all the tight games we had. I've never been worried at any lead or us being down anything. You know, I'm so comfortable in knowing that, one, we have a coach that's going to put us in the best position to win, and we all have the confidence that we're going to win. I think Coach said it the other day, like, he knows that we know that we're going to win the game, you know, no matter what the score looks like. And I think it just comes from all the preparation we've had, all the experience. You know, having the championship down 15, coming back from that just shows how composed we are, and knowing that no lead is safe, and just got to continue to play.
And toughness is something that, of course, Coach Self does maybe better than anybody, and I always ask him about that. But you've been around this team. I mean, how tough is the group of guys you're with right now? And can you make any reference to your previous teams here on the toughness level you see on this year's team compared to past?
I think this team is a different kind of tough because, you know, it's a lot of new guys and we're younger, but you can just see the hunger to reach those levels. I think the new guys that came here saw how we did last year and what it took, and it started with toughness. And I think that's all what they're bringing to the table. And I don't know if I have a comparison, but I feel like if you see the games we've had and kind of like the games where, you maybe we're not in the best position to win, like the Wisconsin game in Bahamas. Like games like those where maybe people are counting us out, we always find a way to win. And I feel like that's one key special thing of this team is we're always finding a way to win, no matter if we're on the road or at home.
I want to go back to the other night when you guys were down 8 coming out of the timeout. I think you and DeWan combined for 18 straight points. Is that something you two talk about in a timeout, or what maybe sparks that where it's kind of you two driving the team?
Just us being the older guys, being the leaders on the team, knowing, like I said, being up 8, down 8 in the Big 12 is nothing, especially that early in the game. And I think that was what after like the first 4 minutes. So I think everybody just calmed down a little bit. Their crowd settled down a little bit, and we were able just to play freely. And you know, it takes your leaders to get it going, and that's what we were able to do.
And curious, back-to-back road trips to Tech and now West Virginia. I guess what are the challenges of having two of the longer ones, more loud arenas? What are those challenges that are posed there?
Great challenges. You know, they're both great atmosphere. You know, students, all the fans at both Tech and in West Virginia are great. And they're both great teams, great coaches, and it's always been a battle every single time we go to West Virginia, no matter who's there or how many people are there, and I'm super excited.
Coach said the other day that West Virginia's back to kind of playing the way Huggins wants to play. Have you seen much of them this year, and what does that mean to you?
I've seen a little bit. Obviously, we will see a lot more within the next 2 days with film and practice, but you know, you can never count them out. You know, they have such a great coach, and they're always going to have tough guys that play hard and play physical, and got guys that can make shots, and we'll just have to play and bring the physicality to them.
What's been your experience there as far as what works, how you have success that place? Because it's one of the few places that KU hasn't always had the most success.
It's just kind of by far probably the most physical place as far as on the road. Fans are really rowdy. They never seem to count them out, and it's almost like there's fouls every single play, but obviously you can't call a foul every single play. And like you said, the Big 12 is already physical enough. So when you got a team that's bringing the physicality, I mean, you just gotta match them, and you know, that'll outweigh as far as, you know, playing 40 minutes of that. And you know, that's why our coach always emphasizes the last 4 minutes, because that's usually what it comes down to in West Virginia.
All right, Jalen, thank you.
Thank you.